Hello there, Libra. My name's Frankie. I'm a clairvoyant, clairaudient, medium, and an empath. This reading is going to be for Libra for August of 2018. And a couple announcements. The prayer class is out there for you. So are the sutras. Prayer class is how to manifesting prayers, how to format them for manifestation, this kind of work, and just several other things. It's very comprehensive, explains how to do them and why you do them like that. And the sutras are thought forms you put in a meditation 5 minutes a day. It enhances the clear perceptions. They're in two parts because they have to be, and I made it so you can purchase part one and then part two later, or you can purchase them both together for a discount. And it's just really good tool to put in your toolbox, even if you're just using it for yourself. It really elevates the clear perception. There's 2 short videos out there about them over at the channel. They're like 5 or 6 minutes long, and you can go look at it if you want. Now, for those of you that are new, I pull 4 cards for the month. I use the bottom card on the deck for an overall view. We'll pull an angel card at the end of the reading, hopefully bring everything together for us. Because I'm an empath, I have a speech pattern. I speak as if I'm you. All of us Libras, I guess, are named Frankie for the time of the reading. Look at your moon sign and your rising sign. You get a bigger perspective of the month, and I don't think the cards go week by week. I think it'll be a theme that will blend out in and out throughout the month. Okay, and what else did I want to say? I don't think anything other than we have a message, and it's like, I think us Libras over this, and I think this is astrological. I actually feel like we're going to start to manifest our bigger dreams. The things that have been delayed or held, like on hold for a long time, seem to be coming to the forefront for us. And actually, it's like if we have faith in what our dreams were, that we're going to be rewarded for them. Like maybe financially or with love or however. If we had faith, now they're going into that forward momentum, we get rewarded. It's kind of a little odd with all the retrograde stuff going on, but I actually think that's how it feels around us. A lot of change, too. A real lot of change. Our words are good. They're awakening, celebration, exploration, courage, and commitment. And I think we're going to need the courage and the commitment. I think it's to explore ourselves and what had to go on hold, and in this new awakened state, how do we move forward, right? Because our first card here is the Five of Swords. Not a good looking card, but as you can see, we have 2 in our hand, and these are the others walking away. This is called the card of the double, I can't get the word out of my mouth, double-edged sword. One side, the sword is like loss, betrayal, defeat. The other side of the sword is like accepting our own limitations or our boundaries. Sometimes, or things that we actually can't quite do, like fitting in where our own limitations are. The other thing about this card is it's a card of change. With this card, sometimes someone was disappointed us, but if they did, we had expected too much of them. That's basically what it is. But he has the swords. He's made the shift, is making the change. It's about, what do I want to change? What do I want to adjust in my life? Because I've won, they threw down their things, but it's not really a gigantic battle, and it's not a hollow. It may feel hollow, like maybe I expected too much, like a hollow win. Maybe I expected too much, but it's a card of courage. If I accept it, if I make the change. What are the changes? That's what I use our word awakening to ask myself, what are my options? What are the changes I want to make? What are the things in my life that I feel are limiting me? All those kinds of things. And it's a card of courage, like accepting them, moving forward, making the commitment to myself, well, this is my forward momentum. Like everything that was sold, moving forward, like our message, and we can manifest the dreams. So, where are the limitations? The double edged sword. Where are the limitations? Maybe something happened that I really don't like, but maybe I was expecting too much. So I begin to awaken to what is going on in my life so that my perception is open when the things that were put on hold begin to come forward at me, and I make a commitment and have the courage to be able to do it, because our next card is a card of choice. It's a Two of Swords. I think in the same spot, actually, Virgo had this. This is about denial. It's a denial of blatant facts. Actually, I'm actually not seeing what's going on around me. She has her blindfold on. I always think of a really bad marriage. They go out with a bunch of couples, but at home they're not even speaking or acknowledging each other, or it's just like, and life goes on. So in this card, I don't want to do the denial. I want to take it off, accept what the double-edged sword, I can't get that word out of my mouth, maybe I'm expecting too much. This is a card about facing, pulling off the blind, drop the swords, pull off the blindfold, the card of where do we go from here? What is it I want to do? I don't want to deny this anymore. I want to awaken to the fact that I really want to explore and celebrate, and explore options for the choices in the future. Now, not all of us are going to have really bad marriages or a bad relationship or a bad work situation that we're absolutely denying, period, because, there is no way out. The Eight of Swords, which was Virgo too, the Eight of Swords is, I know the choice I have to make. This I don't even know yet, because I think because of this energetics here, the Five of Swords and the Two of Swords together. So look around me this month, because we've got to do this forward momentum, because of things that were on hold are getting put forward. Now, the choices, I have to really face the situations in front of me and just keep moving forward, because, actually, this is kind of, here, the next card's a Page of Swords. Here I am showing up in my own reading, The page, this is air energy, male or female. It can be younger type energy. Maybe that would be who has disappointed me. I was expecting too much. This page is a messenger, kind of a troublesome thing. Maybe someone around me's in trouble, or maybe they could have failed their exams, at college or something like that. This page, in holding the sword, look, I don't know if I can get the glare off of there. Can you see how arrogant he is? He's looking straight forward with that sword at his side, like, just come at me. I know I'm going to win. I'm hot stuff. It's that kind of attitude. So it can be a younger energy around us getting in trouble. We do not want us to be this energy. The Knight of Swords is more arrogant in that, but this kind of energy can kind of be coming at us in a different, it could be the kid coming home from school and saying, not telling us that they failed the exam, and then we get the report card later. That's like one example. But it's what it's saying to me is within ourselves. Don't be over cocky. Like within ourselves. Don't think just because I have the upper hand on the situation, right, that I can't lose it. So it's a card of paying attention, awakening, looking on around me. A card of courage. It's a mental thing, an attitude that can get overly confident, and we don't want to be that. We want to be confident. We want to stand within ourselves. For those of us that it'll mean that for others of us, it will be someone around us to doing something risky or, they shouldn't be involved in, okay? But it also is what I'm saying is that like a little bit arrogant, overconfident type attitude, and with that two of swords in there too. We don't want to be in that kind of situation because the card itself shows it's time for us to celebrate, shows we have courage. There's a difference between self-confidence, right, in myself and arrogance. So I want to maintain that balance in my awakened state so I'm not this type of energy. I want to keep the upper hand on the situation because I think a lot of us, and it's a card of courage, but what do they call it? If you're courageous and self-confident, but you're over cocky and you go into the battle, you get knocked out. And you're like, well, they were, there was 5 against 1 or whatever, and I got it, Obviously, we don't want to put ourselves in that situation. So if there's anything we're denying that's going on around us, like a kid or a troublesome situation, we want to pull ourselves back from that, really explore it, because we want to do, we want to make that commitment to ourselves because we're in that forward momentum. We're like the stalled projects, stalled things that, everything that went screeching halt is coming forward, and it's time for us to celebrate. Our next card is the Fool. Excellent. The white rose, the rose of innocence and purity and fresh start, 0. No more baggage. He's got his little sandwich. He's got his little dog with him. This is the listening to the beat of my own drummer, moving forward with confidence, not arrogance, with courage, not arrogant, like I can defeat anything, but clear energy. This is clear. Everyone around me sees the situation differently from what I see it. But the Fool's journey is one of motion forward through my intuition. I know it's right. I know it's the right thing for me to do at this time. I know, this is my way forward. This is my creative expression. Everybody in the world can see it differently, but at this time, because we have a 5, which is change, we always, with the Fool and that together, I'd want to say, evaluate the risks. Do the forward motion, but evaluate what risks I'm willing to take. So at the end of this Fool's journey, I have my celebration. I get what I want. Even though it was stalled, stagnated, all of those things, it's coming now. So I'm moving forward with it. I made a commitment to it. I'm going to celebrate, explore what I need to know, and explore what I don't want. Also, Libra, because now we got the 10 of rods, wands. I wish they wouldn't change the names, but this is carrying a heavy load for a really long time. The card also means that I can carry the heavy load. If I want to, I was capable, able, most willing to be able to carry the load, maybe for someone else, maybe my work partner was off of work or whatever, and I took up their position and mine. that kind of thing, or maybe there was a lot I had to do, you know, and I did it because it was going to give me this forward momentum, so I was more than willing to carry the load. But the other thing, for those on the other side, maybe this troublesome Page of Swords energy, maybe they've been doing too much celebration. It's looking clearly at the situations around me, taking off that blindfold from the Two of Swords. What am I? Sometimes with this, I'm carrying someone else's burden totally, right? I'm carrying it for them, their load, and it's their burden. This could be the kid that never cleans up their room. I'm doing it because eventually, the stink gets to me or something. I have to go in and clear out the garbage or whatever, however you want to say it. This is about turning around and looking at the situations clearly in the face and saying, this is your job, not mine. Maybe my husband, partner, whatever, is not doing their share of the job. And I'm going to say, I'm quitting denying this. This is overworking me. You're going to have to take up your share. Or the kid, this is not my load. Or the person at work that is not taking their share, that comes to me every single night right when I'm leaving, from my job, and throws a pile of work on my desk and says, oh, you got to handle this for me, because I just didn't have time. But yet they were on the phone in the hallway all afternoon chatting up some other friend. But they'll get busted tomorrow, and I'm staying to do their work. Now I'm not. So I'm taking with this Two of Swords energy, right? And this energy of this Five of Swords. Remember, these people are walking away. They drop their swords. I am taking this energetics and putting everyone's burden on their own back to carry, because it was breaking mine. Like I said, this is a good card because sometimes I'm taking it on myself because I want to. It's going to promote me into this fool's journey, what I can see coming down, It's giving me the confidence, but not overconfidence of the Page of Swords type energy. That's us. That is Libra, and it went on my Gemini, Libra, Aquarius energy. And we have Aquarian energy coming in, I think, really strongly with eclipse, or on the other side of the eclipse, like the Leo. It's in Leo, solar eclipse in Leo, and I think Aquarius is the other side of it. So that's new, innovative, energetics too, but it's opposite type energy coming at me. If that's my time to drop this load, a lot of us, because of this forward momentum, are going to tell the coworker, hey, I'm sorry, I got to go home today. I'm sorry, I have other plans. Or basically say, versus, stick it where the sun doesn't shine, I'm going to say, I'm sorry, this is your job. I don't want to do it for you anymore. And I'm going to put the responsibility back in the appropriate party's hand. Even with that Knight of Swords type energy. So we had the courage. That's our words. This is awakening, to what's going on, making the choices, decisions, facing them squarely, not being like self-aggrandizement, or however you say that word, or overconfident, staying back from that, but standing in my power. I am confident, I am clear, I am creative, I'd want to up that Page energy into a more mature type King of Swords energy, where I know I'm willing to go to battle, but I don't choose to. That's a more mature, elevated, awakened, courageous, energetics that's committed to the truth and light moving forward. especially with that fool right with it, you know, putting people's stuff back in their own little garbage bag or whatever you want to say. I think that this month, with the different changes and the things that we're going to move forward on, that's what we're going to be doing. There you go. You got your 10 rods, the heavy load there. Focus on service. That's our thing. Focus, I'm going to say, focus on the service we are to give. Because once these big dreams start coming forward, and if this 10 of rods energy is ours, that we choose, we're going to take it and we're going to move forward. It says here, it's hard to read in here, believe it or not. Your soul desires only to joyfully serve and to swim in a constant stream of bliss. This stream continuously feeds you everything you need. Put your entire focus upon staying in the stream of giving and receiving in every situation and in all that you do. That's an awakening. That's an awakening attitude that we can commit and celebrate. Really commit and celebrate. Let me find what the alternative is, or alternative meanings. It says this card comes to you because you've been worried about your life's mission. Well, it's moving forward, Libra. We found that out in our message. And felt insecure about, perhaps you felt insecure about whether you'll make enough money or be successful. And they told us if we have faith, we will be rewarded financially and in other ways, or be well received by others. Instead of concerns about what you'll receive or other people's reactions, focus solely on how you can serve. Use your natural talents, passions, and interests, that's that full energy, to help others or some vital cause. Then through the law of attraction, you'll receive all the support you need. Release money worries to God and the angels. Be receptive to inner divine guidance and follow it without hesitation. That's the fool too. He'll jump off the cliff and walk off the cliff, take his little doggy with him. If you get nervous, focus on service. Well, Libra, that's our reading for August, and I want to tell y'all, thank you for your likes, shares, subscribes, and your comments. I read each and every one of them, and I really appreciate all of them. And if anyone wants to know more about me or just go neb about me, all the information is down below the screen. And if anyone wants to set an appointment with me, all of the information to be able to do that is over at the website, and that's listed down below the screen. Now I'm going to take a break, probably the end of August, first couple weeks of September, and I'm taking another one like middle of October or so. So if you want to set an appointment with me during that time, I'm just taking a break. Anyhow, get it in ahead of time or something. But to everybody I've met, I want to say, for all of you I've met through doing these YouTube readings for 2 whole years, and everybody I've met through 29 years of doing this work, I want you all to know it's been an honor and a privilege and a joy to be able to serve you. Hopefully I'll see you back here next month. Bye-bye.